This video is part of an algebra course created by Great IT Courses. You can subscribe to the complete course free of cost on udemy.com. You can find the relevant information and links in the description below. Thank you. So in this video, we want to talk about factoring a perfect square trinomial. So a perfect square trinomial is basically, let me write this properly, factoring a perfect square trinomial. So a perfect square trinomial is something like this. For example, if you have something like x plus 2, a binomial, x plus 2, and if you have binomial like this, and if you square it, you will get, basically we said that a plus b whole squared is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. We already know this. So according to this, I can expand this without multiplying and going through those steps, and I can basically write this as a squared, which is x squared, plus 2 into a into b. So 2 into a is 2x, into b would be 2x into 2, which is 4x, and plus b squared, which is 2 squared, which is 4. So now I had a binomial and I squared it and I got a trinomial. I had 2 terms here and I have 3 terms over here. Now let's suppose that let's suppose I had this trinomial over here, and I didn't know that, it's equal to this binomial whole squared. I just had it like this, x squared plus 4x plus 4. So now, because I know that a plus b whole squared is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, I know this part. I kind of guess that this part, this expression, kind of looks like this. And if I can figure this out, then I can basically write this as a plus b whole squared, or I can write it as exactly x plus 2 whole squared. But I still don't know. I have to just first try and see if that works. So let's try to write this in this form. So I could write this as, let's suppose that this is a squared, so I write it as x squared, and I know that my a is x now. So, and 2ab, so 2 into a is x, and b must be, I know that the last term is basically b squared. So if this is b squared, then it must be 2 squared, which is 4. And so my b must be 2. So then it is x squared plus 2 into 2 into x is 4x plus 2 squared, which is 4. So they just match. And so I know that this is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, and since I know that a squared plus 2ab plus b squared is equal to a plus b whole squared, I can write this as a plus b, so a is x, b is 2 whole squared. So this is basically the meaning of factoring a perfect square trinomial. This was a perfect square trinomial, and we wrote it as a binomial whole squared. So here it's just important to understand that a plus b whole squared is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, and then try to guess those patterns like this, and then try to convert them. Now let me tell you another one. Let me tell you about another one of these, and that would be, for example, let's suppose that you had, or let me do it on another layer. So 81. So now let's suppose that in the previous example we had x plus 2 whole squared. Now let's suppose that we have x minus 2 whole squared. Now x minus 2 whole squared, I know that a minus b whole squared is equal to a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So here, if you have a minus here, then here you have a minus as well, but the other two terms are positive. So according to this, then this is equal to a squared, which is x squared, minus 2 into a into x into b into 2 plus b squared plus 2 squared, which is 4. So this is equal to x squared minus 4x plus 4. So now this is again a perfect square trinomial, and now I have a perfect square trinomial as x squared minus 4x plus 4. Now let's try to rewrite this as, first of all, when you see this, you realize that there is a pattern here, and this is like a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So you can try to write it as a squared, so x squared, and I know that my a is x now, and minus 2 into a into x into b must be 2, because here I have 4 and this is b squared here, so here I have b squared, and b squared must be 2 squared, so b must be 2. So now you need to check x squared minus 2 into x into 2 is minus 4x, and this is 4, so that is basically the same thing. So now you can write this as, you know, that a squared minus 2ab plus b squared is basically equal to a minus b whole squared. So you can write this as a, which is x, minus b, which is 2 whole squared. So here again, it's important to understand that a minus b whole squared is equal to a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. And then you can basically factor a perfect square trinomial. In the next video, we are going to do two examples on this topic, factoring perfect square trinomials, and we'll basically move to the next topic. I'll see you in the next video.